Students, today we are going to discuss the topic comparing fractions. Let's see first how to compare the like fractions. Like fraction means the fractions having same denominators. So when the denominators are same, we have to compare the numerator. Fraction with greater numerator is always greater. For example, let us compare the fractions 3 by 10 and 7 by 10. These are the like fractions, right? Because they are having same denominator. But the numerators are different. So we need to compare the numerator. Now in 3 and 7, 3 is less than 7. Or we can say that 7 is greater than 3, right? So since 3 is less than 7, the fraction 3 by 10 is also less than 7 by 10. Means 7 by 10 fraction is greater since it is having greater numerator. Now let's see how to compare the unlike fractions. Now unlike fraction means the fraction having different denominators, right? But the numerator may be same or may not be same. Now let's see first how to compare the unlike fraction with the same numerator. When the numerators are same, we need to compare the denominators. Fraction with smaller denominator is always greater. For example, let us compare the fractions 1 by 3 and 1 by 4. These are the unlike fractions, right? Because they are having different denominator. But the numerators are same, that is 1. Since the numerator is same, we need to compare the denominator. Now in 3 and 4, 3 is less than 4, right? So since the denominator 3 is less, the fraction will be more than the other fraction, right? So 1 by 3 is greater than 1 by 4. Now let us compare the unlike fraction with the different numerators. When the numerators and denominators both are different, we need to cross multiply to compare the fractions. For example, let us compare the fraction 2 by 3 and 5 by 6. In these two fractions, denominators and numerators both are different. So we need to cross multiply to compare it. Now let us multiply. First we multiply 2 and 6. 2 6 are 12. And then we multiply 5 and 3. 5 3s are 15. Now in 12 and 15, which one is greater? Yes, 15 is greater. Hence the fraction 5 by 6 will be more than 2 by 3. Now let us discuss mental maths based on the comparison given in your textbook on page number 64. Here we have to compare the following fractions. Now see the first fractions, 3 by 7 and 5 by 7. Now what you observe from this fraction? Yes, these fractions are the like fractions, right? Because they are having same denominators. But the numerators are different, so we need to compare the numerator. Now in 3 and 5, 5 is more, right? And we know that fraction with greater numerator is always greater. Hence, the fraction 5 by 7 is greater than 3 by 7. That is, 3 by 7 is less than 5 by 7. Now see the second fractions. The fractions are 6 by 7 and 6 by 11. Now these are the unlike fractions, right? Because they are having different denominators. But the numerators are same, right? So since the numerator are same, we need to compare the denominators. And we know that fraction with smaller denominator is always greater. Now which one is the smaller denominator? Here. 7 is the smaller, right? Hence the fraction 6 by 7 is greater than 6 by 11. Now coming to the third fraction. The fractions are 4 by 9 and 5 by 8. These are also unlike fractions having different denominators, right? But the numerators are also different. And when the numerator and denominators both are different, we need to cross multiply to compare. So let us cross multiply. Now first we multiply 4 and 8. Now 4 8s are 32. Then we multiply 9 and 5. 9 5s are, first we multiply 4 and 8. 4 8s are 32. Then we multiply 9 and 5. 9 5s are 45. Now which one is greater? 45 is greater than 32, right? Hence the fraction 5 by 8 is greater than 4 by 9. Now the last fraction. The fractions are 1 by 5 and 3 by 15. These are also unlike fractions, having different denominators, right? But the numerators are also different. So we need to cross multiply to compare it. So first we multiply 1 and 15. Now 15 into 1 will become 15. And then we multiply 3 and 5. 5 3s are again 15. Here both the values are same. It means both the fractions are equal. Hence we put equal to. So likewise you can compare the remaining fractions given in the mental maths and in checkpoint in your textbook.